Hi, Max here with Frizwoods, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a little-known law here in Maryland that might prevent the state from prosecuting you for certain possession of drugs and alcohol offenses. And that law that I'm talking about is known as the Good Samaritan law. It was a law written by Maryland's lawmakers designed to encourage people to assist with, call for the provision of medical services. Call 911 for an ambulance when somebody's either overdosing on alcohol or drugs without the fear of prosecution. What does it mean? It means that in certain situations, you might actually be immune from a prosecution for a criminal offense, violation of parole or probation, or even a violation of pretrial release if you're released on a case currently. What offenses would I be immune for prosecution of? We're looking at possession of drugs, possession of paraphernalia, possession of alcohol by a person who isn't 21, consumption of alcohol by a person of 21, even furnishing alcohol to someone under the age of 21. So parents who might have given a minor alcohol, a minor who might have alcohol, a person who has a drug, or a person who has drug paraphernalia should not fear prosecution if they're calling for medical services for themselves or another person who's experiencing a medical emergency, or they're assisting in that. They don't want you to walk away from somebody you see overdosing because you might have drugs in your pocket and you're afraid of being prosecuted. So how does this play out? If an officer does in fact charge you with one of those criminal offenses that I've just talked about, or your probation agent files a violation of probation, or your pretrial services officer files some sort of report to the court about a violation of pretrial, you would then need to have your attorney argue the Good Samaritan law, which is actually part of Maryland law now. It's Maryland Law of Criminal Procedure, section 1210. So that's law here for y'all. You would need your attorney to bring that law to court and argue for dismissal of the charges or the violation of pretrial release or probation conditions by specifically citing the language in the act. And many times the state may try to argue some sort of exception, but this law was meant to be broad. It will not bar prosecution for certain felony drug offenses. For example, here in Maryland, possession with intent to distribute might be something you could still be prosecuted for, but you could not be prosecuted for possession so long as you were either tangentially calling for the medical assistance for yourself or another person, or assisting or rendering in the aid of another person who's experiencing a medical emergency. If you have a case here in Maryland and you think this Good Samaritan law might prevent prosecution in your case, give us a call. We'd be happy to argue on your behalf. Thank you.